Welcome, everybody. My name is Jennifer. This is Metatron speaking. Today, I'm going to be talking about shame, which I had a video semi recently that was talking about guilt. But believe it or not, guilt and shame are different from each other. So they are different videos. I channeled information for this video probably 2 months ago. So this has been a really long time coming. Metatron's timing is always perfect, so there's a reason that it's coming out right now and not 2 months ago. Also, if I'd put it out 2 months ago, I wouldn't have everything that I'm gonna be including in this video. So, there's that too. So let me go ahead, I'm gonna go over my notes. I'm gonna rely on my notes a bit more than I normally do because I did this so long ago. I don't really remember what I wrote down, to be honest with you. And that's how it is with most of my channelings where I'm channeling it, so it's not my own original thought, so it doesn't stick in your brain the same way. It's just coming on through, you're recording it, and then it's kind of gone from your brain. So let me go over my notes with you. So I used to think that shame and guilt were the same thing, but they are not. So guilt is a lesser, a less horrible emotion, just slightly. So guilt is punishing yourself for making a mistake. So we've talked about that before. Shame is making a mistake or somebody else making a mistake and you believing either that the mistake you made or the mistake somebody else made against you has rendered you worthless or of no value or of a decreased worth. It's believing that there is something that you can do or someone else can do to you that changes your intrinsic value and damages you as a person. So this is really intense, really deep emotional stuff. This is the absolute lowest vibrational emotion that you can feel is shame because you feel worthless. So we have to talk about this one because this is something that can hold any of us back for any number of reasons. So, um, if you feel shame, that is a lot of suffering. There is That's all it is. It's suffering that goes along with shame. And ultimately, it is unnecessary. It serves no purpose to believe the lie that a behavior from you or from someone else could determine your worth or change your worth. It is not true. There's nothing that can change your intrinsic value it's not even like it was assigned to you, like it just is as given to you by Creator. This self-punishment can go on in the mind for years and years after the actual event. It traps a beautiful soul at a low vibration and it distorts their reality. So I have a channeled message from Metatron and I have a channeled message from God on this. And then I'm going to talk to you more about it. So let's start with Metatron. He says, "The things committed in darkness cannot hide from the light." Let me take a step back. So much energy with this one. That's amazing. It's coming back. Um, when they are talking to me about shame, and when Metatron is when he channeled this to me, I was being shown more. I was being shown situations, not so much where the person themselves, oops, makes a mistake and feels worthless. I was seeing a lot of situations where a crime has been committed against us and the victim is taking on blame and is taking on shame from that other person's choice against them. Okay? So Metatron says the things committed in darkness cannot hide from the light. God knows what was done to you. Even if you carry the burden like it was your own crime. You are so loved. It pains me to see you suffer for what someone else chose. You are not responsible for them. This is about their soul and their choices. You will never be responsible for what another soul does. You feel obligated to keep the secrecy because the truth is so difficult for others to hear. You are not responsible for how others feel or react. The truth shakes others from their unconsciousness so that they may see the extent of the darkness that is sometimes hiding right under their nose. Do not fear bringing your experiences into the light. No matter how dark and how uncomfortable that is, you are being the light when you open the eyes of others, and you are being the light when you open the hearts of others. You are being the light when you find a voice for things that have no words to convey. You have nothing to be ashamed of. You have nothing that needs to be hidden. Your soul is perfect to me. I could not love you more. So, as Metatron's message, when he says, you feel obligated to keep the secrecy, he is showing me he's showing me the darkest stuff. He's showing me a lot of childhood stuff. He's showing me a lot of childhood sexual abuse. Um, so maybe it's a stranger, maybe it's your parent, maybe it's your sibling that's committing this abuse. So he's showing me that these dark things happen and that the child or the victim is taking on the shame and taking on this false sense of responsibility to keep someone else's secret, basically. There is so much energy with this one. Okay. It's giving me all the feels. Okay. So let me go back to my notes. You feel obligated to keep the secrecy because the truth is so difficult for others to hear. So we live in this world where we want everything to be just perfect, right? And we don't want there to be these horrible, dark things, right? And it's not really easy to be like, this horrible thing happened to me. And this horrible thing happened to me because of my parent, because of my sibling, because of whoever that maybe is somebody who's beloved in the social circle, right? It's someone who's beloved in the family or beloved in the community or whatever the case may be. This is someone that's maybe an authority figure. Um, and the truth is very hard for people to digest. That that is the exact truth that needs to come out. That is the exact truth that everyone needs to know about because it's a lie how that person is being perceived. Um, but the lie is also just that we're forcing this false reality, right? We're trying to force this world where everything is light, everything is good, because we're so spooked by darkness that we want to pretend it doesn't exist. But when we pretend darkness doesn't exist, it grows. No one's watching it. No one's checking it. No one's shining a light on it. So guess what? We turn our back and we shut the door to the darkness, and the darkness just gets bigger and it just gets darker. So we have to shine a light on it. We have to bring it up. so that it can be ugly, we can all feel it, we can all see it, and we can do something to prevent it, and we can bring that awareness into the consciousness of everyone. If everyone today, it's kind of like the Me Too movement, right? But if everyone today just came forward and said, whatever their whatever their abuse secret is, right? This person assaulted me, this person raped me, this person molested me, whatever it was. Holy cow. That would change the consciousness of the world very quickly because now we all are forced to look at the truth. So just something to think about. Going off on my tangent here because Metatron is telling me what to say. I'm going to go back to God's message now. God says, your worth has not changed. You can never be worth less. Nothing can change that. No action you take or someone else takes can separate you from me. No circumstances you've survived can separate you from me. Our bond transcends experiences and incarnations and time and space and thought. My love is endless for you. I use an infinite measure when I manifest my thoughts. I weave love and eternity into the cloth of you. It's a lot of God energy right now. You are made in my image. The image of me is on you. Do you feel it? Galaxies are no match for the light in your soul. There is nothing you can do to separate me from you. I love you when you are dark. I love you when you are light. My love is unconditional. It is forever. Okay, gotta get the tears out of my eyes so I can like continue with this message. So hopefully there's no more God energy that's gonna make me cry. Okay, so there are a lot of survivors of domestic abuse and childhood abuse, um, sexual abuse, sexual assault that have shame after their traumatic experiences. Sometimes shame is from a poor choice that maybe they made, such as like people who maybe like they drink too much, they get drunk, and then they choose to do things while they're drunk. So obviously that's not always going to be a choice in their best interest. Or, choices people make while they're high, choices people make while they're depressed. We all have lows that we go through in life. And there are times, no one says this ever, but this is the truth. There are times in life where there are no good decisions. There are times in life where you got two decisions to go between, and neither one of them is super fabulous. Both of them have a rough ending in one way or another, right? Um, do not let any choice that you have ever made be some type of reflection of who you are. It's not. A choice is an experience, and you came to Earth to experience. Not just happy emotions. You came to experience what it feels like to choose between two horrible choices. So, to choose between having an abortion or giving up a child, or you came to experience what it feels like to be dependent on drugs or to struggle horribly trying to get off them. Some came to experience choosing between staying with their abuser or being homeless. Some came to experience choosing between starving to death or prostitution. We all come to Earth at different times for these experiences. All of us. We came and we come for every experience, not just one of them, not just some of them, all experiences, all the bad, all the good, all the angles to all of them. Once we realize we are all here to experience every choice, it becomes easier to let go of self judgment and judgment of other people's choices because we are starting to understand when we come here for an experience, it's a soul contract. It's a, I'm incarnating this time around. I want to be born into this life situation, or I want these circumstances to happen such that, whoa, now I have to choose between living with my abuser or being homeless, or whatever the case may be. We sign up for difficult circumstances that force us to make choices. So we nobody likes hearing this. Nobody likes hearing this. We sign up to do horrible things sometimes, and we sign up to have other people do horrible things to us sometimes. And knowing that will set people free because knowing that that we aren't everyone's here and we're all trying to be good, right? Well, that's not why we're here. There's no such thing as good. That is not why we're here. We are here to learn. We are here to experience. So when you understand that that's why you're here, it becomes really easy to no longer be like, "Ooh, I'm going to judge this murderer. I'm going to judge whoever for making whatever choice." Well, why would you do that? Because you've either made it before or you're going to make it in the future? Because it's an experience. So just something to bake in the back of your mind to help set you free from judgment of yourself and judgment of others. There are as many soul contracts agreeing to murder and agreeing to all these dark behaviors. There are just as many soul contracts with that as there are to soul contracts for marriage, soul contracts for friendships, soul contracts for working together. I have seen so many of my past lives, and I'll tell you what, I've seen the lives where I have a soul contract to kill. I've seen the lives where there was a soul contract for someone else to kill me, and it's not just like one lifetime, these are multiple ones. We don't just sign up for dying in one way, we sign up for dying in every way, or being murdered, I should say, in every way. We sign up for every kind of abuse from every kind of angle. Um, so, all these horrible things that I've seen in my lifetime, I have yet to come across one where I say, Metatron, was it a soul contract for this to happen? I have yet for him to tell me, nope, that wasn't in the soul contract. This person totally just went rogue and just did this horrible thing. I've never heard him say that. Every single time, it is something I came for. Just something to put out there for you. If you have a feeling of shame over something that has happened in the past, I want to help you as much as I possibly can without you being my client. So, Metatron and I have put together a crystal grid, as we do, for shame. So, it's to help you release the emotion. This emotion, there's no circumstance where shame serves ever. It's not like anger where okay, anger serves a purpose because it lets you know your boundaries are being infringed upon, it lets you know justice is not being served or whatever the case may be. Anger does serve a temporary purpose, You just don't want to hold on to anger forever, but it is a warning system. It's letting you know something. Shame is not. There is no part of shame that benefits anybody ever. So we want to root that out. We want to heal it. We want to bring it up. We want to address it. We want to heal it. So I have my crystal grid. Um, let's take a look at it. Let's do some work with it. Let's see if we can get some healing going on. Okay, so here is our crystal grid for releasing shame and healing shame. Um, the candle that I have going today, it is specially put together to assist with courage. So I think that's an important component as well, because when you're having to face shame, when you're having to process shame, it takes courage. It takes courage anytime you have to face any traumatic event or try to heal any kind of traumatic event. So that's part of the mix today. For the crystals that we're using, you're going to see a lot of soft pinks and a lot of soft yellow. Um, for the pink, all of it is to support heart energy. All of it is to support your emotions, compassion, a sense of calm. Um, and just so those three things: compassion, calm, and emotional support. That's for the pink color. So that's for this. We have a rose quartz sphere. We have a little bit of pink on this raw quartz, and we also have pink halite clusters. So all of those support that pink color of the heart. For the other stones that we have, the selenite roses, and that's what these are. And if you ever see selenite in another form, it's normally white or clear. These are selenite roses, so you can see they kind of look like a rose. But at any rate, those are for instilling calm and peace as well, so those are present. For the yellow, yellow is going to call in the power of the solar plexus chakra. So that is, I have a citrine over here. We have little citrine pieces in the candle. We have yellow aventurine around the outside of the circle. We have some yellow quartz, both by itself and combined with the pink. So all of those yellows are going back to the solar plexus. So this is important because when there is shame, there's a belief that at your core you are damaged. There's a belief at your core that you've lost worthiness. And so that is the soul, or that is the chakra that assists and balances that sense of yourself. And so that's really important that that's part of this grid. So the yellow aventurine specifically affects how we see ourselves. So that's been included there. And I have three different sprays today, and these are all really important. So again, you're going to see the pattern, right? They end up being pink and they end up being yellow because those are the colors and the chakras we're working with. So this one is from Amanda Ellis. This is her rose inner child spray. So of course this is extremely important because there are a lot of traumas that result in shame that take place in childhood. I'm going to go ahead and give that one 2 sprays. Oh, it smells so nice. It actually smells just like a rose, literally. Um, so a lot of those traumas take place in childhood, and that's when we're really impressionable, and that's when stuff cuts really deep, and that's when we're very vulnerable, and we can't really speak up for ourselves or do anything for ourselves, right? So that is going to bring in the power of healing the inner child, soothing the inner child, because that's who's been wounded somewhere, somehow. The next spray I have, probably can't read it. It's Amanda Ellis's Pink Lotus spray. This is a heart energy spray. So this is just bringing in more power of the pink energy, of the heart energy, to soothe and to comfort and to heal. And that one smells amazing. Okay. And our final one is her, you can't read it at all, I'm sure. It's her golden citrine spray. It's specifically for the solar plexus chakra. All right, so we're gonna spray that, and that is gonna give you that. It's because your solar plexus is right, it's below your heart chakra, but it's above your belly button. It's that place where when you get a gut feeling, it's right there. That is your place of willpower and your self-worth and your control and your sovereignty and your courage and all these beautiful things. So that spray is going to support you in feeling powerful for yourself, powerful in your best interests. So that is what I have for you, Amanda Ellis's spray, this crystal grid. You don't need to stare at it forever. If you literally just looked at it while I was talking, that is sufficient for you to get all the energies you need from this grid. If you would like to view it again, or if you're going through something right now where you are trying to process shame from something that has happened, you can access this on our website. You can view it there anytime. You can download it. You can put it as a screensaver on your phone or on your computer, or you can just have it in your photos and just look at it later when you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on our website, orangelightenergy.com. And anyone who needs a little bit more of this energy, it'll be there for you when you need it. Okay. Until next time, bye bye.